The Detroit Lions don't quit. They go to Houston. They're down big in the first half. They come back in this second half and absolutely show that they are a team to be reckoned with. 26-23 against the Houston Texans in front of America and the world on Sunday Night Football. In my opinion, Sunday Night Football is better than Monday Night Football. I don't know why. I just think it is. Jared Goff had 5 picks in this game. C.J. Stroud had 2 picks in this game. It was a sloppy game on both sides. I'm not going to lie, as a Lions fan, I was nervous after this first half. I'm just like, what do we do? How do we, pick ourselves up? And then Jared Goff and this offense said, you know what? Say less. We got this. And this Detroit Lions defense said, say less. We got it. Ben Johnson is a freak of nature with this offense. Like, I hope to God that he stays next year, depending on the outcome of this season. But if he wants to go off, I understand. But this man is like a mad scientist when it comes to plays. And Aaron Glenn, some people like him. Some people hate him. I think he's a genius. We just got to get our defense back into the rhythm. I think Zadarius Smith is going to add so much value to this team. He was on the sidelines cheering. He just got to this team, but he is hyped already. He was helping other players, figure out things, technique. So happy for him. But let's get back to this game. Jake Bates, what a leg. 18 months ago, this guy was selling bricks. He gets a chance with the Houston Texans. Don't quote me on a preseason game. Gets cut. And then the Michigan Panthers say, who is this guy? And they sign him. The guy hits a 64-yard field goal in the first game that he plays. That went viral. Our star kicker gets hurt, and the Lions sign Jake Bates. What a addition this has been to the Lions, and I just believe the aura around this team and the confidence around this team. For a lot of years, we didn't have a kicking game. It's been here or there. We've had many, many kickers. Jason Hansen's one of my favorite Lions of all time when it comes to these special teams. Just Mr. Automatic. And I think that we needed somebody like him. He's the top 3 signing of this offseason, in my opinion. Some people will argue that, but what he did last night, this close on some, you can't get any closer. Jared Goff didn't have his best game. We can all acknowledge that. 5 picks is something that you just don't see a lot in a game. He's had 4 picks the whole year up until this game. Does that hurt his MVP candidacy? I don't think so. It might a little bit. But I think just that who Jared Goff is. He's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. He's had situations where he's had to come back in the past, and he just shows that toughness. Jared Goff just fits in with the city of Detroit. There's something about him. He has a chip on his shoulder after what the Rams did to him. He went to a Super Bowl there, but I think they did him a little dirty. I really do. And he comes to Detroit. The first, seasons weren't the greatest. And then last season, it was just amazing. They missed the playoffs by 1 game. I believe it was 2 years ago. They come in, they go to the NFC Championship game. And then the expectations were raised even higher this year. We ended up going 1-1 our first 2 games. People were like, blah, 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 blah. Is this it? Are we going to fail? They've won 7 straight. They are 8-1. Where do we go from here? We just keep winning. People have asked, have we peaked early? No! We just win. We just pull it out of our ass and win. I think that Sheila Hamp-Ford deserves a lot more credit than she gets. Kudos to Sheila Hamp-Ford. What she has done to this team is amazing. She brought Brad Holmes in. She brought Dan Campbell in. A lot of people thought Dan Campbell was crazy. The one thing that sets Dan Campbell apart is he played in the NFL. He knows the game. He wants to bite your kneecap off. When I hear that man talk, I want to run through a brick wall. What this team means to the city of Detroit and the state of Michigan. Lions are special. And I am so proud of this team. At the 0-16 season when I was growing up, we had the Matt Patricia era, which was the worst coach in probably Detroit Lions history. There's a couple, you could argue with. We had the Jim Schwartz era, the Matt Millen era, the Jim Bob Cooter era with offense. There were so many different things. I can't describe the happiness that I have. One pride, baby. Go Lions. Let's go win a fucking Super Bowl.